Hi everyone, welcome to WIC channel. My name is Rafat. So on this video, we'll be talking about the stock that has been on fire in the recent weeks, and it's TheScore. I know I covered them as to what's going on, what's covered, and like what's been on going on with the stock, and I said like it's still crazy, and I cannot believe that the score is doing so well in terms of like stock. But I would say with caution, like bunch of growth is already calculated in the stock, and I think that there is one of the big thing that was missed in the financial information that I think people didn't see or saw or read, and that's the reason the stock might be booming that high. And I will cover that because I know it's going to be a while since they release the financials, but I was like, hey, let's cover that and cover the portion that maybe potentially did you miss or learn or stuff like that, and maybe that can give you an idea as to what is kind of driving the stock high, I would say. So let's do it. Yeah, so pretty much the financials have been crazy good of the score. It has been up. The gaming handling bet has been like 535% up year over year. Revenue is all-time high for the media company for a quarter. And now I think the big thing over here is the score is considering a US stock listing. That is, I think, one of the factors that drove. I'll go down, we'll cover that also when I scroll down, but yeah, that is over here. But yeah, but the highlight is they handle around 55 million for that period, and now waiting for a multi-state expansion and stuff like that. So it's kind of waiting legislation and waiting for the regulations to come in, like Iowa and stuff like that. So it's coming online. Generated like 10.6 million in revenue, and also they completed their equity offering also. And also they are also, I would put also in a fact that they had also placed a shelf prospect, I would say, if I'm not wrong. That's like they can access that anytime they want. Also the kind of proceedings that they did place that also in the and it was accepted also. There's like, I think, 40 million shares or something like that was kind of placed in that they can execute, I think, within the next 12 to 24 months. That also in that. But yeah, so they are well funded, and they're okay to kind of do against this kind of like good working capital, I would say they have. So it's a well funded company right now. And uh, and also like their esports is also booming. Like always, they are really releasing good content and stuff like that, so it's really going well. Media is around 3.9 million average users. So that's kind of like almost, I think, the same as what was in the past. That is not a big deal, I think. Overall, I think is the big thing is the bet on the prospect and the esports factor. They don't talk much about, like, the esports, but yeah, so now they kind of mostly focus on the gaming, I would say, and the financial. But it's kind of funny that they lost as much. That's kind of what I would notice. They lost as much as they made, because I think they're just growing, I would say, and they're growing their bet portion of the game. They are really investing a lot in ads to kind of get people to use their tool and platform. So I think that is normal that they do in fact lose money over there. So yeah, so it's kind of, I would say, that's the factor, right? So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so like 10 million in revenue, they lost a lot. But yeah, I would say that primarily that factor. But for me, the most important thing is this: they're planning like a reverse split, and to kind of consolidate shares that's not still decided. One share will be equal to 2 to 20 shares. They're not decided yet. So they're going to consolidate. They're going to talk about that too, the reverse split, and then potentially to list into a US stock exchange. I think that is one of the factors that kind of boosting this stock way up, and going more higher, I would say. It's kind of that for the financials. It's kind of revert back from the computer, because that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. on the computer. So yeah, so I would say that is the big factor that's playing for the stock right now, because people are like, oh yeah, they're going to go to the US stock because US pool is going to be higher, and gaming and gambling stocks tend to trade higher in evaluations in the US stock market, so they want to get there. So they want to maybe potentially list in the NASDAQ and stuff like that. And to list in the NASDAQ, you have to have, I think if I am not wrong, if with the previous company that I read, it's around, I think, $4. I think you have to be trading for $4 US for X amount of the trading days to kind of list or something like that, to uplist over there. Then a new listing, I would say. So it's that kind of factor is going to play in. I think they're going to most probably go into the NASDAQ, I would say. So we'll see what happens over there. I think that's going to open a big pool of investors, and the stock is just going to go crazy. I would for sure expect, a further dilutions down the line. Like I said, they also place right now a shelf perspective, in terms of like exercising that in the future. So it's been approved. So they might do that also to kind of generate more revenue. So that is kind of also to foresee in the calculation, and to take into account. And right now, a lot of stock growth is in right now calculated into the stock price, and the revenue is coming there, but I think it's still not there to their potential, because the run rate of the business would be around 40 million at this rate, right? So 40 million is not. It's not that a big business to be trading at almost like $1 billion in market cap. So that's like, it's already calculated in, and so it's those kind of factors I would say is cautions. Do I own TheScore? No, I don't. I sold off, but I decided, no, let's cover this video still. Let's cover this stock. I still think the company has potential, has growth, but I would just say proceed with caution, proceed with and take everything into account. But maybe for a short term, maybe it's a good short term play, I would say. But yeah, I've taken that off for the stock price I was talking. But overall, long term, I think TheScore is well planned, will know what they're doing, and let's see where it goes. It's an exciting time. I'm really happy for that company. I really do like the company, and like it's a Canadian company, so what's not to like? I would say, yeah. No bias at all. So yeah, I just want to cover that up, quickly put that video out there. I know it's been a while since the financials released, but I was like, hey, let's do my thoughts about it. And because it's a company I did own and still do like, I do follow, but at these prices I just cannot buy them. I prefer buying other companies that I do have that are at a better valuation, and for me has a better growth overall. So yeah, so that's about it. If there's better valuations, I will for sure be buying them a lot. So yeah, anyway, so thank you very much for watching. As always, if you do like this content, hit the thumbs up. That helps for the YouTube algorithm. So that's amazing and helps me, so it's great. So thank you very much. So so thank you everyone for watching, and I wish everyone a wonderful day. Whoosh.